Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, first you think it, and then after you have thought it, you speak it into being, and after you have spoken it into the ethers, the elements take it on board to bring it into actualization. So guys, I bring you this: federal government reveals readiness of Benin Republic to join Nigeria as 37th state. So this is something that I have always dreamt about and spoken about. This is a conversation that I've been having for a very long time. So the first ambition, of course, is to break Oduduwa Republic away from the failed and now disintegrating Nigerian structure, which is never the want of Yoruba people to be part of this. So thankfully the processes are now in motion to break the Oduduwa nation away from the so-called Nigerian structure. So now, having now broken away from the Nigerian structure to form an Oduduwa Republic, that Oduduwa Republic is still not complete, because our cousins and our fellow Yorubas are in Benin Republic and by extension Togo, because the people of Benin Republic and Togo are to all intents and purposes Yoruba people too. So that then means that that mission is still not complete, even though we have now formed that Oduduwa nation. So for the Yorubas now to have that uniformity of purpose and that singularity of voice, we need to bring back our cousins from Benin Republic and by extension Togo to come back into the Oduduwa family, to then have that Yoruba superstructure, so that we can then face the world and speak with one voice as a Yoruba voice. But thankfully, as I said, first you think it and then you speak it into the ethers, and the elements pick it up to bring it into being. The bringing it into being is, as again, federal government reveals readiness of Benin Republic to join Nigeria as 37th state. So now let's now see now how this dream comes true. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyema, has stated that the President of Benin Republic, Patrice Talon, expressed readiness of his country to be part of Nigeria. Onyema made this revelation on Friday, February the 19th, after a closed-door meeting with Beninese Minister of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation, Aurelien Egbenonsi. According to the minister, the Beninese president gave the offer when he visited President Muhammadu Buhari a few weeks back. The president of Benin said as far as they are concerned, they want, and not just saying it like that, but in reality, Benin should be the 37th state of Nigeria. He said, "We should really be one." They charged us to come together at ministerial level to work out the framework for a sustainable relationship. Onyema said at the visit, both presidents discussed agreements between the two countries on how to put the issue of smuggling to an end once and for all, as a follow-up to the president's meeting. Correspondents had reported how Onyema has called on the newly appointed envoys to have zero tolerance for corruption and impunity. Onyema made the call on Tuesday in Abuja during the opening of a 3-day induction for ambassadors designate, consul general, and charge the affairs. He said the call to shun corruption should be taken seriously, as the House of Representatives is beaming the searchlight on the ministry and the missions following negative perceptions. He said that as representatives of President Muhammadu Buhari, they should promote Nigeria's national interest and image in their countries of deployment. He further urged them to leverage the foreign policy trust already built up by Buhari, which had improved Nigeria's relationship with all countries, and getting the required support from them. So two strands to this, of course, but the main body of it is the want and the desire of Benin Republic to now be part of the Nigerian state. So now that is good and well, and you can see why, actually, because Benin Republic is only a tiny little country. I think there are about 8 million or so of them in that country. I'm not even sure if the population of Ikeja is not already bigger than the population of the entirety of that country, and the entirety of the economy of Benin Republic is dependent on Nigeria, especially Lagos State. So it is the spillover of the economy of Lagos State that sustains Benin Republic, and that was highlighted in sharp focus when that semi-border was closed for over a year or so, and the economy of Benin Republic, and by extension Togo and Ghana, fell by about 40, 20, 30%, depending on whichever country. So a broad sweep rather of about a 25% hit on the economies of this country, just off the singular act of shutting a border that transits between Nigeria and those countries. So that shows the power and influence of Nigeria over that country. But more importantly, the people of Benin Republic, as I said in my opening monologue, are essentially Yoruba people. So Yoruba people cannot have a borderline demarcating them. That cannot be the case, because how can you visit your cousin then, who is your Aflao cousin, who is in the other side of Seme border, and then having to show a passport to go and see your own relatives? So we cannot have that, especially more so when they don't have that in the north, when they can travel all the way from Chad into Borno and back again, just strolling casually without even having any notion or thought that they had crossed borders into a different country, and not even understanding that there's any demarcation there. So if there's no demarcation in the north, then there should certainly not be any demarcation between Yoruba people. But of course, it is good that these people have expressed this desire, and this will never happen, of course, under Buhari dispensation, because what Buhari wants is just to limit the amount of Yoruba people so that he can colonize them with his own people, and then use the weight of Nigeria to then cascade into the smaller African countries. So he's looking to colonize Benin Republic rather than have Benin Republic be part of Nigeria. That is his own plan. But the want and desire of these people to be part of Nigeria is an indication that they are acknowledging their Yoruba-ness, and they want to come back home to the Yoruba people. So this is now a dream come true for people like myself, who have always aspired to that Oduduwa Republic sort of collectiveness, so that we can have that singularity of purpose. So if they want it and we want it, the only thing that is preventing it, of course, now is the gunboats and the gunboats that are being pointed at us by the Malamis. So that is a minor matter, though. They say the pen is mightier than the sword, and this situation now that we're in Nigeria is the absolute test of that. So if they are saying that the pen is mightier than the sword, and we are claiming to be more intelligent than these people, and these people are telling us that you can claim that you are intelligent all you like, but we have been really ruling you rather since inception. We have been ruling you since inception, and we will continue to rule you forever, because we understand the mix of our ruling you, which is to point a gun at you. So that has only always ever been the technique of the Northerners. The only technique that the Northerners have used to rule that country is force and fear. So they use force to weigh down on people, and they kill a whole bunch of people, which will then instill fear into the hearts of the Southerners, and then they use brutality then to maintain that rulership that they have. So it is pretty much a gun rule. We're pretty much held at gunpoint in the southern regions. So now we know this, and we know what they are doing, but if we are claiming now to be cleverer than them, then this is now the acid test now of that superior mind that we have always vaunted and boasted about. Because of course our cousins from Benin Republic and Togo, and yes, they are wanting to come back home, and we of course must do everything to facilitate for that. And facilitating from that is first breaking away from this now failed Nigerian experiment to have that Oduduwa nation, so that our cousins can come back home. Conversations in the comment section. Benin Republic wants to come back home to Yoruba land. What says you? Come share thoughts. But before you come into the comment section to engage, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well because that helps the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all the clickings, the president of Benin Republic has gone to speak to the Malami that he wants to be the 37th state of Nigeria. Good that he wants to come back home, but the route that is taken back home is going to lead him to nowhere. What says you? Come share thoughts. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.